Hello and a warm welcome to Federal Special Program Capital Beat. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi gears up for his maiden prime ministerial visit to the RSS headquarters in Nagpur on Sunday, political corridors are agog with speculation whether he will yet again have his say in the choice of the next BJP president or the Sangh will claim its own choice. Now, the election of a new BJP chief has been inordinately delayed, and the reason, according to insiders, is differences between the current dispensation of the ruling party and its ideological mothership. Now, Modi's visit is seen as an outreach to broker peace with the RSS. Now, Sunday also is the beginning of the Navratras, which happen to be observed in April, which is called the Vikram Samvat, and it's a perfect occasion for the Prime Minister to pay his respects to the Sangh founder, KB Hedgewar, in the centenary year of the organization. Now, during this visit, Modi is expected to have an unscheduled meeting with the RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat to resolve the deadlock over who should replace JP Nadda as BJP president. Now, insiders also say that it's likely to take place before Modi and Bhagwat share the stage around 10 a.m. to lay the foundation stone for an annex to an eye hospital. So, in that unscheduled meeting, which is to happen before 10 a.m., all eyes would be on that. So, let's go straight to Aditi Fadnis, who's the political editor of Business Standard, a veteran journalist. Thank you so much, Aditi, for joining. Lots is being talked about as far as this PM Modi's visit to Nagpur is concerned. What are you hearing from your sources? This unscheduled meeting before 10 in the morning tomorrow, uh, is it going to be decisive, or we are just not going to hear anything?
Well, news that comes out from the RSS headquarters is carefully filtered and goes through a lot of uh, sort of sources who carefully vet what they're going to say. So I don't think anything will happen spontaneously. Let's look at the situation. Let's look at the lay of the land in the relations between the RSS and the BJP. Mr. JP Nadda, who was the president, outgoing president, has already completed 2 terms as president and is on record as having told the Indian Express that he doesn't believe that the BJP is totally reliant on the RSS. That interview was published in the Indian Express as elections were going on, and that the BJP is the biggest political party in the world, and therefore it can rely on its own resources to win elections. The RSS is a socio-cultural organization, and therefore, it does its work, and the BJP does its work. Now, understandably, RSS leadership and cadres were not too happy about this. I traveled during the elections in Nagpur and elsewhere, and I spoke to a lot of people, and I found that for this and many other reasons, the RSS did not throw itself into the election with the fervor that we normally associate with it. So the net result was that the BJP's tally came down quite dramatically. In the whole tug of war, who is more important or who has a position of prominence in terms of power in between the RSS and the BJP, it has always been a kind of a very difficult relationship to navigate. We know that Atal Bihari Vajpayee was throughout his career was lambasted by the trade union wing of the RSS. Dattopan Thengri headed that, and he just criticized publicly all economic reforms that the BJP government was trying to put in place. The NDA government, I should say, was trying to put in place, particularly labor reforms and other issues. So, I mean, there came a point where there was just no common ground. And one reason why Yashwant Sinha was replaced as finance minister was that it was a primary RSS demand. Things improved, but the prime minister himself, like Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Narendra Modi has also been a pracharak of the RSS. So he understands the inner workings of the RSS, where the RSS feels pain, where he thinks he'll get a pat on the back from the Sangh, and so on. We do know that on the record, it's all there for people to see. The Ayodhya temple inauguration, which was done by the Prime Minister and the RSS chief together. So basically, the RSS is, this is what our sources are telling us, is not happy with the Vyaktivad
Hmm.
of the BJP. But at the
Yeah.
same time, the final sort of clinching point is, काम तो वो हमारा ही करना है. It is our work that he is doing.
Hmm.
So this is
Yeah.
the context for the Prime Minister's visit. He is not the first BJP Prime Minister to visit RSS headquarters. Vajpayee had also gone there. The Rashtrapati has also gone there. So, I mean, on the whole, uh, we should not look at immediate stories emanating about tensions between BJP and RSS and so on and so forth. We should
Right.
carefully and guardedly evaluate the relationship uh, in the context of recent developments.
But
I'm sorry,
what is
it's a long answer to a short question.
Yeah, no, no, no. It's perfectly all right, and in fact, it's better you explained it so well. And but I want to understand from you, Aditi, that the dynamics which currently exist between Prime Minister Modi and RSS, and especially in the backdrop of what we've seen during the Lok Sabha elections, because RSS consciously kept itself away from what was happening on the ground, and which is why the number of seats for the BJP declined. Then again, BJP reached out to RSS, and they became active during Haryana, Maharashtra, and these elections. And again, the results were good for the BJP. Now, can we expect, like tomorrow, Prime Minister is going to meet, and this is an ongoing process. I'm sure it's not going to get over just in one meeting. But are we to assume that RSS is getting back its upper hand on Prime Minister Modi, given the fact that the murmurs are getting stronger about the pick of the BJP president? Who will have its say? Is it going to be Prime Minister Modi, or is it going to be RSS? There are a lot of speculations around it because, anyways, the BJP president pick has the choice of the BJP president has got delayed. So, what is really
So,
going to happen on that front?
So let's look at it sequentially. Yes, the election of the BJP president has got delayed, but the fact is that it has got delayed because an election came in between. There was also the COVID period and so on and so forth. So I don't think too much should be read into the fact that the election has gone got delayed. The question is, who has the whip hand after the elections have got delayed and after the poll performance of the Lok Sabha election and the assembly elections. So, Lok Sabha election, there's no doubt the RSS was saying that this is, this is karma. This is, if you are too arrogant, if you think you're God, then, and this is all on record, Mr. Mohan Bhagwat has said this himself without attributing that quality to any individual. But I mean, we all can read between the lines that arrogance and the belief that you are an avatar does not really help uh, in you're just a mortal like everybody else. Uh, Given that context, and given the fact that the Lok Sabha result, at one stage the Prime Minister himself was trailing in Varanasi. The fact that these elections resulted in a lower turnout, lower tally for the BJP, did lead people to believe that the RSS is telling the BJP that, look, we told you, just keep a lower profile, don't think you're God, and people have judged you and they have found you wanting. We must remember that in the precipitously bad result in Haryana, in Maharashtra, in UP, uh, all these things led to a total lower tally for the BJP, substantially lower than it was last time. So I think what happened after that was that the people as well as the Sangh decided that given they have that the BJP has possibly learnt its lesson, and now we cannot allow it to slide any further, and put everything they had in the Lok Sabha elections which followed, where the BJP did a very good showing. The relationship between the RSS and the BJP is a very delicately balanced one. The RSS believes that it has given up all claims on power, the politics of power, and it does only social work. A lot of the RSS postulates are woven into policy by the BJP. I mean, take the whether it is the issue of RSS recruits or RSS members being allowed to join government servants service, or it's the question of the kind of demands that the RSS makes in the of the government in the Vijayadashmi address, which is kind of a state of the union address by the RSS chief, and many of the demands, for instance, like the partial ban or closer scrutiny of cryptocurrency, the issue of monitoring and vetting OTT uh, streams, and so on. All these suggestions first came from the Sangh, and they were incorporated almost immediately in a gap of 3 or 4 days between by the government. So it's a very delicate balance, and we should not rush to draw conclusions on who's up, who's down, what is the balance. The next president of the BJP will be decided consultatively between the RSS and the BJP. There is no doubt about that. But it
Right.
will have to be a person whom the BJP is comfortable with, who understands practical politics, and whom the RSS trusts.
No, but this bit about what is being made out on the social media and the alternate media, that it Assam really wants its own choice as the BJP president, so that they can clip the wing of Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah. This is what is being discussed all across.
But we are talking about the same family. How can
Yeah, that's
anybody clip the wings of anybody else? They're all the same. They all
hmm,
think in the same way. No, no BJP chief is ever going to vocally criticize the RSS or its policies. They come from the same stable.
hmm,
But it's also true that the BJP has to make compromises with principles. It has to make compromises with the positions, which the RSS is not impelled to do. There's
hmm.
no, compulsive reason for the RSS to make any compromises of any sort. So, व्यवहारिक सत्ता की राजनीति, practical politics of power, is much better. I mean, BJP is much better suited to it,
Hmm,
although the RS is not unfamiliar with it.
hmm,
We also have to understand that the social base of the RSS has changed a lot over the last several decades. You will not find RSS people wanting in the use of technology, in the use of social media. They are very savvy and very good at it. So, if in Hindi there's a saying कि अगर घी सीधी उंगली से निकल नहीं निकलता है तो टेढ़ी उंगली से निकालना है. So,
hmm.
if rules are to be changed, the rules of engagement, as it were, RSS is perfectly capable of doing it.
Right. Another thing which is being hotly, in fact, discussed about tomorrow's visit is the fact that Prime Minister is going to observe his 75th birthday this year, coming September, and there could be discussions and deliberations around if he has to be moved out of the Prime Minister's post. That is also another bit which is discussed at length, that probably Prime Minister will be asked to step down. Now, do you think that there is any consultation, any deliberation on this line, or is it just a conjecture?
First of all, I don't think this 75 business is any immutable law. You show me the man and I'll show you the rule. That is the kind of situation.
Right.
Uh, uh, as far as the Prime Minister's birthday is concerned, I'm sure it will be celebrated with great pomp and pageantry, both by the RSS and the BJP. But that's not the issue. I think the issue is, uh, so let me just give you an incident which happened recently. A very senior leader from Karnataka, who was also a former prime minister, gave a strong speech in favor of Narendra Modi in the Rajya Sabha. Uh, he then was invited to have tea with Prime Minister Modi. So he walked into the room aided by his attendant, and he sat down, and they were discussing politics. And this leader said, Modi ji, I don't know if I will be alive for the next 4 or 5 years to see the next Lok Sabha elections. Mr. Modi leant forward, caught hold of the hands of this leader in his hands, and said, "Sir, I will make sure that the next time I take the oath of Prime Minister, you will be in the front row." So, whatever you and I might think about 75 years and so on, Mr. Modi has no sort of doubt that he will continue.
No, but I'm sure
Typically,
he's aware of the fact that these questions will be raised about sending people to the Margdarshak Mandal when once they are 75. So I'm sure people will turn back and say that why do these rules not apply on Prime Minister Modi now?
well, people who are not 75 have also been sent to the Margdarshak Mandal.
Hmm.
So, I mean, that's neither here nor there. The fact is that I don't think Mr. Modi is in any mood to apply the rule such as it is to himself. And frankly, I don't think there is any such rule either.
Hmm. No, of course, there's no written rule as such, but
And there are
this was.
lots of appointments to show that there is no such rule.
Hmm. Okay. So, but I want to understand from you, Aditi, that is there a kind of of a, a different kind of a churning which is happening within the RSS in terms of agenda, in terms of its narratives? Now, what we see is that the Muslim bashing continues and continues more brazenly as what is happening in Uttar Pradesh. Maybe that's a different story of what's playing out between the Lucknow Darbar and the Delhi Darbar. But here you have a chief minister like Yogi Adityanath who's continuing with his brazen Muslim bashing. And we have Prime Minister Modi distributing the Saugate Modi kits on the occasion of Eid. So, what is happening within the RSS and what kind of an agenda does it want, given the fact that they're going to observe their centenary celebrations this year? So, do you think that they will come up with a new roadmap in terms of agenda, in terms of like most of their agenda is fulfilled? And whatever is left incomplete, I'm sure by this year or maybe by next year, they will have completed all of that. So, what will they have in their kitty now?
First of all, we should not expect that the RSS will, because it has power or it has proximity to power, that it will turn into a secular organization in the sense that in the meaning of the word secular as we understand it.
Hmm.
It has been a Hindu, it has been a strong votary of Hindu Rashtra, and it will continue to be. And it defines Hindu Rashtra as a place where all citizens have equal rights, but the majority's right must be respected more than anyone else, right? Lately, the RSS has been issuing some statements which are hard to understand. One of them is an observation by the RSS chief about the deep state. He has criticized the role of the deep state in a variety of endeavors, whether it is the issue of the alleged assassination of Mr. Panun in the US, or it is activities of the deep state in Canada or elsewhere. Now, there is no doubt, for instance, that there is profound alienation of Sikhs from the BJP, something that was not there earlier when the BJP was in alliance with the Shiromani Akali Dal. So I think the RSS will want to put its relationship with minority groups, including Sikhs, Jains, Parsis, and others on a better, more even keel than before. That's number one. Uh, it will not become less Hindu, it will become more pro uh, some minorities. I think that's a change that we should look out for. Number two, India is rocked by these pressures from the United States on issues of tariff, on issues of import. It is under pressure to reduce tariff duties. At the same time, there are moves to mend relationship with China and so on. I think you will find the RSS quite vocal on these issues. The Swadeshi Jagran Manch has very strong views on reducing tariff and issues of protection to Indian industry, especially small industry. And on that front, I think you will find the RSS much more vocal. Uh, as far as the anniversary is concerned, well, these are, I mean, you can't avoid an anniversary, and it will be celebrated with the kind of pomp and show that you associate with BJP and RSS now. But I would not look at that as the defining feature of the relationship between RSS and BJP. The pointers are in other directions, and we will also see, I think, much more activity on illegal immigrants in India.
Right. So, all in all, like we discussed a number of things, but do we attach significant importance to tomorrow's visit of Prime Minister Modi to Nagpur? What can we really expect in terms of outcome? What is the mainstream media going to be discussing tomorrow?
Oh, it's going to, of course, it's going to be the issue of the appointment of the new president of the BJP. It's going
Yeah.
to be the upcoming elections. What are the emergent issues? So I think we have to look for clues from what comes out of the RSS side, how they perceive the meeting,
Hmm.
because the ball right now is in the RSS's court.
Right. So, is RSS going to brief the press maybe tomorrow? Are we going to expect some sound bites, or is it going to be from BJP's side? People will be talking and discussing about the significance of the meeting. I'm just wondering, will there be people from RSS's side also speaking about tomorrow's visit?
Perhaps, I'm not sure. I've actually, to be honest, I don't remember what happened when Vajpayee had gone there.
Hmm.
The same pattern will be followed. Um, for the RSS, I think the emphasis will be to say that yes, the Prime Minister, the first citizen, etc., is coming to RSS, but he is coming as a former member of the RSS. He's not
Hmm.
coming as any special, person with all the bells and whistles. The BJP
Right.
will try to give it a different gloss. So we have to see tomorrow and pass and understand what, from the signals, read between the lines from what emerges from the meeting.
Right. But just one last question before I wind up the interview, Aditi, that this unscheduled meeting, which is to happen before 10 a.m. tomorrow, uh, will we come to know the exact happenings of those of that particular meeting? Of course, everything is for the public display once they inaugurate the memorial and all, but before that unscheduled meeting, how will we come to know actually what has transpired, whether it is on the pick of the BJP president or whether it is about the other issues?
We will only know what they want us to know.
Hmm.
So I don't think there's any point in speculating about this.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, Aditi. It was wonderful to have you on the program. Thank you.